Isang mapagpalang tanghali po sa lahat. Ako po si Ricardo Rufino Jr. at katabi ko po ang aking pong asawa, si Annie Rufino. For 6 years, my wife Annie has battled ALS or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, aka Lou Gehrig's disease. This disease has taken so much from us. Her ability to move, to eat, and to speak. Today, she is using this eye gaze machine. It has a retina camera that tracks her eye movements, enabling her to use a virtual keyboard, and then text-to-speech function allows her to communicate. Annie is now 47 years old. She can no longer move most parts of her body. And I assist her in everything. I feed her, I comb her hair, I clean her up. I move her from wheelchair to bed. I scratch an itchy nose for her. Basically, brothers and sisters, I am her body double. ALS has no cure. Wala pong gamot, wala pong treatment na available, at hindi rin po alam ng mga doktor kung bakit po nangyari ito sa akin pong may bahay.
Each day, ALS reminds me of everything it has taken from me. I can no longer move my arms, no longer speak, no longer do the simplest things I once took for granted: holding a spoon, brushing my hair, embracing my children. Even breathing requires effort. Every meal must be blended into liquid form and fed to me. Every position change requires Rick's strength to lift and adjust me. Every cough, every choke is a moment of panic, a reminder of how fragile life has become.
Brothers and sisters, this disease changed our entire lives. I went from being a provider with a stable business to a full-time caregiver, nurturing Annie while also raising our 3 children, aged 4, 6, and 8. Brothers and sisters, it is exhausting, painful, overwhelming, and some days, I honestly don't know how we're still standing. You know, we have no steady income. I chose to give up my career to personally take care of my wife. Our bills keep coming. There's the car mortgage, school expenses, hospital bills, daily medicines, the groceries, and all the little growing up demands of the kids. Brothers and sisters, mabigat po yung financial burden. Pero mas mabigat po yung emotional. You know, watching the love of my life slowly deteriorate, unable to move, to speak without help. Nadudurog po ang puso ko araw-araw.
There were many nights I lay in bed, unable to move, staring at the ceiling, asking the same question Job must have asked in his suffering: why, Lord? Why did this happen to me? Why did you allow this illness to take away my strength, my voice, my freedom? Like Job, I lost so much my ability to care for my own children, to embrace my husband, to do even the simplest things without help. There were moments when the silence of my prayers felt deafening, when I wondered if God had turned his face away from me. But even in those darkest hours, when I felt abandoned, I held on because Job's story did not end in despair, and neither will mine. In my weakest moments, I see God's presence in Rick's hands as he cares for me, in my children's laughter, in the kindness of people who help us in ways big and small. No, God has not forsaken me. He is here, in every act of love that sustains me. And though I do not fully understand his plan, I choose to trust, just as Job did, that my Redeemer lives. And because he lives, so does my hope.
Brothers and sisters, there was a time I sat in the adoration chapel, completely broken, feeling like God abandoned me. My God, why have you forsaken me? I whispered in my heart as I stared at the Blessed Sacrament. I was drowning in fear. I had no career. I had no stable income. And I needed to take care of my wife and my kids. How was I supposed to carry all of this? I begged for answers. I begged for a way out. But heaven seemed silent that evening. But in that stillness, brothers and sisters, a quiet voice spoke in my heart. The Lord told me, "For now, Rick," sisters, a quiet voice spoke in my heart. The Lord told me, "For now, Rick, you just take care of your wife." Brothers and sisters, there were no grand promises, no miracles, just clarity. And in that moment, I wept because I realized God had never forsaken me. He was simply leading me to my real purpose. Not success, not security, but love. My mission, my God-given mission, is to love my wife. From then on, I chose to trust, even when I did not understand. Because in the end, God's silence, it was never His absence in my life. It was an invitation for deeper faith. There was a time, the miracles started happening. Small at first, then undeniable. As if God Himself was reminding us, "I have never left you." An assistive device arrived, something we never imagined we could have. Unfortunately, it's malfunctioning right now. We prayed over it, but the enemy is continuously attacking us. No, this tool allowed us to communicate again. After 3 years, brothers and sisters, the first words that Annie told me using this device, "I love you." I waited for 3 years to hear that. And then came the anonymous hands that provided for our needs. Just like manna from heaven, we always have enough. Every day, just enough. It can't be too much because it will spoil, just like manna from heaven. And the health emergencies. So many moments that Annie thought it was the end for her. We almost lost count already. Brothers and sisters, this disease takes the life of the patient in a span of 2 to 3 years. My wife is still alive after 6 years. And that is a miracle. No feeding tube, no breathing apparatus connected to her. Yes, we have cried to the Lord. And yes, we have asked, my God, why have you forsaken us?" And yes, He has answered. Not with explanations, but with love, with provisions, with grace upon grace upon grace. I have asked, "Lord, nasaan ka?" I have wept in frustration, in sorrow, in helplessness. Wala pong lunas yung sakit ng asawa ko eh. Araw-araw ko lang siyang nakikitang humihina ng humihina. But through all of it, brothers and sisters,
I never stopped calling out to the Lord. Time and time again, He has answered me. Not always in the way I expected, but in ways I could not deny. I used to think that God's blessings only come in the form of healing. Lahat na po ng nobena na gawa namin sa loob ng 6 na taon. Bakit hindi pa rin gumagaling ang asawa ko? I used to think that God's blessings only come in the form of restoration, of everything going back to normal. But brothers and sisters, I have learned that His graces are found in every small miracle that keeps us going. In the friends, in the family who check on us regularly, in the strangers who offer prayers, and in the quiet moments of joy shared with our children. So when we cry out to God, my God, why have you forsaken me?" It is not a cry of defeat. It is a cry of faith. A cry that declares, we still believe He is there. And when we do, everything else changes. Our life is proof that even in the darkest moments, God listens. He answers not always in the way we expect, but always in the way we need. He may not take away the suffering, but He will send the right people, the right provisions, and the right strength. To everyone who has prayed for us, helped us, and sent love our way, you are all God's miracles in our lives. Thank you so much. Brothers and sisters, as a final note, when you feel lost, abandoned, overwhelmed, cry out to the Lord. Don't be afraid to shout, to weep, and to cry out to the Lord. My God, why have you forsaken me? And after that, you listen, because He is not silent. He is working, He's moving, and loving you in ways you may not see. Brothers and sisters, you hold on, you trust in Him, because He has never forsaken us, and He never will. And for this, may God be praised. Has never forsaken us, and He never will. And for this, may God be praised.